Hey guys, welcome to Planning with Crystal. So today I'm going to do a video on 5 things that make me feel more zen. So what do I mean by zen? So I'm thinking like the state of mind when you are just relaxed and chilled and you've got no kind of worries, just letting your worries go. So I'm going to talk to you about 5 things that make me feel that way. And if you're wondering why am I doing a video on Zen and where have I got this word from and why am I thinking along these lines, well, quite simply, I've been sent this lovely bottle from Waterdrop. I recently filmed a video about Waterdrop. So it's the Waterdrop Microdrink, which is a little dissolvable capsule which contains vitamins and flavour and no sugar, and yeah, it just makes me feel great, has me drinking a lot more water. So they kindly sent me their new flavour called ZEN, and that got me thinking along the journey of what makes me feel more zen. So if you were curious about the whole water drop thing, this is a lot of the drops from my own collection. So I don't want you thinking it's a case of I've been sent the water drops and I'm just doing this because they've sent it to me. I genuinely do believe in this brand. These are all boxes of water drops that I purchased myself, but they have kindly included some of the new Zen flavour along with this lovely steel bottle. They also do a glass bottle as well, which I've shown in another water drop video, which I will link at the end if you want to find out a little bit more about water drop. But like I said, it's a micro drink. This particular flavour includes starfruit, lemongrass and white tea, and it also includes additional vitamin C, biotin and folic acid. So through drinking these, I'm easily getting through 2 to 3 litres of water a day, which was my aim when starting drinking. So that certainly makes me feel pretty good, keeping hydrated and feeling that little bit more healthy. They do, like I said, a whole range of flavours, and I've done a whole video on that, so I'll link it at the end if you want to check that out. So let's get on to the 5 things that make me feel more zen. So I'll just show you with this glass of water how these little micro drops work. So each capsule is also recyclable as well. So they are a lot better for the environment. So you can just see that just dissolves in there and flavours the water. I like watching them dissolve actually. So like I said to you, I'm going to talk to you about what makes me feel zen. 5 things. So first of all, one of my absolute favourite things to do is swim underwater. Hear me out, I know it sounds a bit weird. I can hold my breath for quite a long time underwater, which obviously helps, but I just love being underwater, particularly if you can get the pool to yourself. It just kind of cuts you off from the rest of the world. There's a kind of strange calmness under there, and I'm not going to say it's silent because I don't think it is silent. There is some sort of noise there under the water, but just being able to move through the water and just kind of feeling that calm and relaxed feeling that I get from swimming underwater, it's like being in a whole other world. So another really important thing for me to make me feel more zen is just to kind of unplug. So I work full time on a computer. I use a computer obviously in my personal life. I'm making videos, editing them, all that kind of stuff. I'm on my phone. I'm plugged into the internet a lot of the time. So what I like to do is just have internet free days, as simple as that sounds. And the way that I find it really easy to do that is I go and I stay away in a log cabin in the middle of nowhere, and it's just lovely. There isn't any internet, so there's no temptation of going on the internet, and it just really gives you that time to kind of connect with yourself, connect with your family, talk, do all those things that we used to do before we had the internet and everyone was staring at the phones and watching things on the TV. You know, play old-fashioned board games, sit by a roaring log fire. I just love it. Another thing I do that makes me feel zen is read. So this is what I'm currently reading. I usually read about 3 books a week, I would say. I'm a huge reader. I like reading at bedtime. And just whenever I've got a chance, I like to keep a book with me, so whenever I've got a bit of time, I can just do a bit of reading. I'm partway through. I've also got a little Waterdrop bookmark in there as well that came with one of my orders. So this particular book is Go Went Gone by Jenny Erpenbeck. It's the winner of the Independent Foreign Fiction Prize, and it came in one of my Reading in Heels, or it's now called Repose, subscription boxes, which I've unboxed on the channel previously. And basically it's about a retired university professor who he finds this whole kind of new community within the place that he lives. He really gets to know some African asylum seekers that have set up a little bit of a tent city there, really. And it really just makes him think about himself, about his life and his own sense of belonging, and it looks at things like race and privilege, and it's a really well-written book all about this person's experience and the way that he tries to help those around him. And yeah, I'm about halfway through it at the minute, and it's interesting and pretty important to think about and read this in this kind of world that we live in. And when I'm reading the books, the other thing I really enjoy is a calming blanket. So this is one of those weighted blankets. I've got mine in this gorgeous blue colour with this kind of velvety feeling material there on the outside, and it's obviously the suitable size and weight for my particular build. And yeah, it's by a brand called Calming Blankets Australia, but they do ship from within the UK, so you can get it quite quick within the UK. And I'll put a link underneath if anyone else is interested in trying out a calming blanket. This is a lovely one and I'm really enjoying it. I just find it helps you to kind of create your own little cocoon from the world, and I just love to read my book and just relax, have some snacks. I used to get through a few water drops around that time, just trying to really keep hydrating myself, and yeah, that makes me feel pretty zen. And another thing I really like to do is get outdoors and just kind of explore. So I tend to grab a bag, grab a bottle of water and get some snacks and just get outside. And I live in Lancashire. There are some lovely areas around me where it's just gorgeous places to just walk and just be among the trees, and that makes me feel really zen too. I'm going to do a whole blog post of one of the areas that I regularly walk in with pictures and stuff, and I'll show you a picture right now of that particular area I'm talking about, along with a little bit of kind of local history and information about that area. So look out for that blog post, and I'll link my blog under the video if that's something you want to check out. And another thing that makes me feel zen is just self-care and looking after myself. So the way that looks for me is it's about taking the time to use nice skincare, which for me, of course, is Drunk Elephant. If you've watched some of the videos on my channel before, you'll know that's the brand that I really like using. This is just 3 of the products that I've just grabbed off my dressing table that I'm currently using, but I do use the whole range. And if you want to know a little bit more about the skincare that I use and my current routines, then I'll link them as well at the end. But yeah, just really taking the time to cleanse my skin, moisturize my skin, do a face mask. I think taking care of myself like that makes me feel that little bit more relaxed, that little bit more zen. And yeah, I think it's important. So over a few minutes, the little capsule of zen has dissolved. Yeah, I like the flavour. Like I said, I've done a whole blog post before on Waterdrop and a previous video talking about favourite flavours, what I'd recommend, how it all works. So I'll link that at the end, and I'll link the blog post underneath. If you do want to try out Waterdrop, I do have a link to a coupon. If you use the link to sign up for your account, you'll get £6 off your first order of £29, which will allow you to get one of the sets with the bottle and lots of different flavours to try, or whatever else you fancy picking up off the website. So if that interests you, definitely check it out. So in the video today, we've covered the 5 ways that I like to feel a little bit more zen. So that includes the internet-free days, swimming, particularly underwater, reading, self-care, and just getting out and being in nature. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Let me know what you think. It's slightly different from some of the other videos I've done, so if it's the sort of thing that interests you, just let me know. I can definitely look at filming another.